Hello friends, we are going to discuss one important property about an good estimator. This property is a sufficiency. An estimator is said to be sufficient. When it will said to be sufficient, when we can say that it is a sufficient, that an estimator is a sufficient, that it contains all the information regarding the sample. The estimator which contain all the information regarding the sample will be the sufficient estimator. See a mathematical or constructive mathematical definition about sufficiency. See, if t equal to t of x1, x2, xn, what is it? It's a statistic. What is it? It's a statistic that we see in the last lecture. If t equal to t of x1, x2, xn is a sufficient statistic, sorry, is a statistic, and it is also an estimator. You already learned that estimator is a statistic. Okay, statistic which is also an estimator. Okay, estimator of theta. We don't need we need not only statistic, it is and it will be an estimator. Okay, see, if t of x1, x2, xn is an estimator of theta based on the sample of size n from the population with density f of x comma theta. Density is a probability density f of x comma theta, that is the distribution of the random variable. Okay, with density f of x comma theta such that conditional distribution x1, x2, xn given t is independent of theta. Conditional distribution of x1, x2 up to xn, f of x1, x2, xn given t is independent of theta. Then we can say that the statistic will be sufficient statistic. Okay. See, Bernoulli, for Bernoulli t equal to summation xi is sufficient for the parameter t, or for the Bernoulli distribution. See, how is it? See now. Okay. Let x1, x2, xn be IID Bernoulli random variable with parameter t. What is IID? IID is independent and identically distributed random variables. Okay. Let us take x1, x2, xn identically and independently distributed random variables. See, take the statistic t equal to summation xi first. Okay, t is equal to summation xi, that is x1 plus x2 plus up to xn. Okay, t is equal to summation xi I from 1 to n. Now we have to check whether it is sufficient or not. Okay, what definition says that conditional distribution of x1, x2, xn given t is independent of theta. We have to check this for Bernoulli distribution. Okay, see, take a conditional distribution, write of x1, x2, xn given t. What is t? Is an estimator which we consider t is equal to summation xi. Okay, we consider t equal to summation xi. Okay, conditional distribution of x1, x2, xn given t. Okay, now we check whether it is independent of theta, that is parameter p, or not. Okay, now solve it. First, product of x1 x1 equal to x small x1, product of x2 equal to small x2, product of xn minus 1 equal to small xn minus 1, and product of xn equal to t minus summation xi. Okay, t minus summation xi. How? T minus summation xi? Anyone? Oh. See, x1, x2, xn minus 1, then comes xn. See, as summation xi is equal to t x1 plus x2 plus xn minus 1 plus xn equal to t. Okay, then this is the term This is n minus 1. This is the term. What? How we write the summation xi? I running from 1 to n minus 1 plus xn equal to t, then xn equals to t minus, this term goes to that side, minus summation xi. In this way, this xn is written here. Clear? And in the base is the probability of capital T equal to t by using the conditional. Okay, probability of A given B is equal to probability of A intersection B upon probability of B. In this way, it comes probability of capital T equal to small t. See now, as the random variables are IID, independent and identically distributed, therefore, see, as they are independent, therefore, if A and B are independent, then A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B. What is the probability of A intersection B? Probability of A into probability of B. Same way we have written here. Probability of x1 equal to small x1, probability of x2 equal to small x2, probability of xn minus 1 equal to small xn minus 1, okay, and probability of xn equal to t minus summation xi from 1 to n minus 1. Why we write it? Because of independent nature of random variables, okay. And what we have, how, from where it comes? Anyone? See, as x follows, see here, as x follows Bernoulli P, then summation xi follows binomial n comma p. Any doubt? No? And what is summation xi? It is our statistic. T follows binomial with n comma p. Therefore, we write this as n c t, p raised to t, 1 minus p raised to n minus t. Okay? Any problem? Any doubt? No. Okay. P raised to x1, 1 minus p raised to 1 minus x1. From where? Simple. x1 follows Bernoulli 1 comma p or Bernoulli t. Okay? Now here x2 follows Bernoulli distribution. Similarly, xn minus 1 follows Bernoulli distribution. Similarly, xn also follows Bernoulli distribution. P raised to block upon 1 minus p raised to 1 minus block. You know what is block? P raised to x, 1 minus p raised to 1 minus x. This is the distribution for Bernoulli. Okay. See, now denominator as it is. Now collect all the powers of p. P raised to x1, x2, xn minus 1, t minus x, t minus summation. Okay. Collect here. x1, x2 plus xn minus 1 plus. How that xn comes? See here. Okay. T minus summation xi. T minus summation xi. I from 1 to n minus 1. Okay. See what is t? Summation xi I from 1 to n. And what is this minus summation xi I from 1 to n minus 1. N minus n minus 1 to this is what remains here? Xn. Understood or not? Anyone? See. Summation xi I from 1 to n minus summation xi I from 1 to n minus 1. How we write? X1 plus x2 plus up to xn minus 1 plus xn. Okay, and minus this term. Okay, x1 plus x2 plus up to xn minus 1. Okay, x1 comes, x2 comes, x2, xn minus 1, xn minus 1. What remains? Xn. From where? From that, yes, here xn comes, and here also that xn comes. Okay, we don't NCT p raised to t 1 minus p raised to n minus t as it is. Okay. See what comes here? X1 plus x2 plus x3 up to xn minus 1 up plus xn up to xn. Okay. What is it? T summation xn equal to summation xn. Right? Okay. See therefore t. Same here. T. Anyone has doubt? Oh. n. From where it comes? 1 plus this 1 plus 1 plus 1 up to n times, therefore that n comes. Okay. See, p raised to t 1 minus p raised to n minus t. I think it will be clear for you. No any doubt. See, nct p raised to t 1 minus p raised to n minus t. P raised to t, p raised to t cancel. 1 minus p raised to n minus t, 1 minus p raised to n minus t cancel. What remains? 1 upon nct. Is there any p? No. It is therefore it is independent of p. And what you have to prove? Same, that conditional distribution should be independent of the parameter p. Okay. Conditional distribution x1, x2, xn given t is independent of that parameter theta. Okay. Therefore, we can say that our estimator t equal to summation xi is sufficient estimator for Bernoulli distribution. Okay, for parameter p. Okay. See now, there are some limitations for this definition, that it is not a constructive definition. It's not a constructive definition. Why not constructive? That it takes a huge time and huge imagination also. First, we have to we have to imagine or guess the statistic, and then we have to find whether it is sufficient or not by this process. Every time it is, how is it possible? It is possible, but it is quite time consuming. It is quite time consuming. It is quite difficult. You will go. Okay. And in this nowadays we want everything in quite seconds. Okay. Google, we ask anything, we answer in fraction of second. We get an answer in fraction of seconds. Okay. And this method will be not much more readable. See, this is our first definition, and for avoiding this time consuming nature, we have another definition called as a Neyman-Fisher factorization theorem. In that way, we will get an easily the sufficient statistic. We can for any distribution we can get it easily. Okay, this is a old method. This is a not a constructive definition. Okay, first definition for the sufficiency. We see the next definition in next lecture. Okay, Neyman-Fisher factorization theorem in next lecture. Okay, thank you.